Welcome to TacosandGeeks.com. Justin here, back with more comic book reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing Batman City of Madness, Book 1, and this is for DC Comics for the DC Black Label. As always, I give you a brief synopsis, so without further ado, here we go. Buried deep beneath Gotham City, there exists another Gotham. This Gotham Below is a living nightmare, populated by twisted mirrors of Gotham's denizens, fueled by the fear and hatred flowing from down above. For decades, the doorway between the cities have been sealed and heavily guarded by the Court of Owls. But now the door swings wide, and the other Gotham versions of the Dark Knight has escaped to trap and train a Robin of his own. Batman must form an uneasy alliance with the Court of Owls and its deadly allies to stop him and prevent Gotham from falling into madness. Visionary writer artist Christian Ward, known for ODYC and Bloodstained Teeth, unleashes his cosmic horror take on the Dark Knight and his legendary rogues gallery. I really did enjoy this one. Man, this was really good. I like the first of all, let's talk about the concept here of the city beyond the city below a city. And if you live in like a metropolis city, such as for me, I live in New York, or if you live in like a Chicago or even a Detroit or Seattle, a metropolis type of city, and you have a subway system, this type of concept could actually work of someone of a city below a city, the one that's underground, the one where people don't really get to see. And I like this concept of Gotham having a literally just a mirror city with their own Batman, and now this particular Batman is looking for its own Robin. And the way the story is fleshed out, you don't really get to that point immediately. You get to what happens is a really good slow burn, I would say, but it's a really good build up to what the whole concept of City of Madness is going to tell. You have what first thing I want to talk a little bit about the characters here, because here at Tacos and Geeks we're characters first. I love the way a lot of books of Batman are really giving Alfred kind of this guilt or kind of this survivor's guilt type of thing where he really has taken on that parental role, obviously, because him raising Bruce, but he constantly feels that because Bruce is Batman, he has failed Martha Wayne and Thomas Wayne. And I always love when they do this, where Alfred has this guilt, like if he was more equipped as a parent or more equipped, he could have helped Bruce not to become Batman at all. He constantly questions whether if he had done something more or done something else, would Bruce still be Batman? This is a question that the Alfred character in this particular book is raising. Is like he's writing letters in journal entries to try to kind of cope or make sense of the fact that he has issues sleeping, or he feels guilty now going to sleep while Bruce is out there being Batman and doing what Batman does. And I like that character. I can't wait to see what else they're gonna do with Alfred. They even have Barbara Gordon come in, and there's so much characterization here, which I really thought was really good. Christian Ward, excuse me, takes these characters and kind of puts a focal lens on certain aspects that really isn't really much explored as in depth as we're used to seeing. Like for instance, we have a scene here, not to give spoilers away, but Barbara shows up to talk to Alfred, and she asks Alfred, "How are you holding up? Are you sleeping well?" And Alfred just says everything's fine. And then Barbara makes this comment, just like, "That's the problem with this family. Everybody always says this fine. Nobody deals with the trauma that we go through or we see. Maybe if we actually talked about our trauma, we would actually heal, or come be better off in a mental state." And that's something that you really don't see much in the superhero genre, is that yes, these heroes are fighting criminals, these heroes are saving the day, but they're not walking away mentally with it. There's something that a lot of these heroes just keep buried of all the stuff they have seen, and it has to affect you mentally. And I'm happy that Christian Ward is at least tackling that a little bit. And it might not be such a major big scene, but I for me, that's what really took what I took away from it, was the really great characterization of Alfred and as far as the whole concept goes here with the Rogues Gallery, I like how he uses Two Face as well. I'm not gonna go into spoilers here, but Two Face is used very, very well. He starts off as the typical Two Face as we know, with the duality, of course, with the coin, and him and Big Bad Harv in constant conflict. But there's some elements in here that I can't spoil because it's going to definitely open up the floodgates. And also, I like the use of Court of Owls here. Of course, the Court of Owls is definitely one of my favorite Batman villains, especially group of Batman villains, because it's grounded in realism of these power players of Gotham's elite moving behind the scenes. And of course, if there is another city in Gotham, Court of Owls being there in Gotham for centuries, of course they're gonna know about it. And the fact that they are the cause of a lot of this stuff and keeping things secretly, it's really making things very interesting to see. And this other Batman seems to not have a no kill rule as well. So keep in mind, it is kind of a mirror image of a Gotham society here. So if this Batman doesn't kill, the other Batman definitely does, and you definitely see that here. And then we get introduced to the potential new Robin, who has a similar backstory of parents getting killed. But overall, I really did enjoy this story. I love the fact that we get to get different switches of perspectives. We get a Two-Face perspective. He gets a little bit of a inner thought monologue. We get Bruce's perspective. We get Alfred's perspective. So we get it, and we even get the Court of Owls perspective, and they're vicious in this, by the way. And we also get this little boy's perspective too, whose father died, who this new Batman, the underground Batman, is trying to make him his new Robin. So it's a really stellar story. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the pacing of it. I love the characterization. I'm definitely hooked on this one. And I like the art style. It fits really good. Nice dark horror. It reminds me a lot of the Arkham Asylum books, and they even reference a little bit of that in here as well. So I will say thumbs up. Give this one a read. This is just from tacosandgeeks.com. If you like what we do here, as always, and you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps us out and helps. I can't talk today. Helps out the channel tremendously. And of course, if you're watching us on tacosandgeeks.com, check out New York Comic Con coverage that's going on right now. You can check out our Toy Fair coverage, podcast, and if you're watching this on the channel UWL every Friday and Saturday night. Later days, peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for your support.